Welcome world. This is the voice of Isaiah Alex, and in today's video we'll be designing this beautiful flyer. So without wasting much time, sit back, let's dive into Pixlab. Now we are in Pixlab. Now first of all, the first thing to put in place in creating this flyer is the dimension. Now the dimension of this flyer is not square. It's not square. So this is the dimension. Dimension is 3800 by 4200. That's the dimension. Before I start anything, let me import the flyer so that we'll be in track. I'll be showing things to do and the rightful steps to take in creating a flyer. So let me just look for the flyer. Recent. This is the flyer. Now before we start the design, let's analyze everything in the flyer. Let's analyze everything. First of all, let me on my okay. If you look at the design properly, there are lots of elements here. I will try to explain to you as much as possible so that you will be able to understand it well. You get. So first of all, we'll be using all this flower icon. You can see there are a lot of flower in this design. There are a lot of flowers in this design. So be set for flowers. There's this one, there's this flower, there's this one, there's this flower. There are a lot of things in the design. So sit back while we dive into the design proper. So let me make everything smaller. Now let me make this smaller. Let's start our designing process. And this is nice. But the first thing, before start designing anything, the first thing to put in place as a good designer is our backgrounds. So if you are familiar with Pixlab, you know where to locate your backgrounds. It's here, this icon here. Click on your color, then go to your gradient. I use the gradient for the background. Then I use a linear gradient, this type of gradient. Then I use this color. Let me just sample the color. I don't have the color in my head, so I'll just sample like I did. Let me look for the upper color too. I think the upper one is much lighter. Yes, I think so. Let me just give it a little bit of saturation. Same with this one. Let me increase saturation a little bit. And this is okay. This is nice. So let's import our elements. The first thing for me to import here, first of all, is not the image. Is the textures for the background, because that's the major work. That's where the work will come in place. So but I want to tell you something. For the purpose of this video, I won't be covering the tutorials of removing the background, but it's not hard. I've removed the background for you, so I would provide the elements for you for this particular video. So first of all, let me import my texture for my background. Let me go to my downloads, textures. I think got the textures from here. This one, the texture, and let me reduce this a little bit. Now I'll make this thing 90. Okay, I think it's 90 degree. It's 90 degree, and we position it at the edge here. At the edge here. Let's increase it a little bit. Let's shrink it. Just follow the steps for this video, and the video won't be difficult for you. I don't even need to explain much. You just need to just follow me and understand. Now this is okay. Now what I did next, I changed the color, because certainly there's no way I'll leave the color like this. So I went to my color, and I let me use the same gradient, but what I will do, I'll make this thing darker a little bit because it's texture, so I'll make it a little bit darker. Let me just use the color. Let me sample color. I think color is much better. Let me sample the color from the background, darken it. Yeah, this is much better. For those that will be watching the video, this is the color code. The color code is E for E for BF6F. So make sure you get that right. Write it in your notepad so that when you're doing the design, you know the color code. And I forgot to tell you the color code for the gradient, which I'll do now. For the gradient in the background, this is the color code for the dark part, which is at the down. For the dark part, which is at the down, the color code is FCE7B9. While for the left ankle, which is the upper part, the color code is FDEBCD. That's the color code. Make sure you get that properly. And the arrangement, you can see the arrangement is linear gradient. It's vertical, it's going up. So make sure you get that right and let it sink to your head. Now, I think this is okay. This is nice. Now, the next element for me to add here is my image. I think that's what most people is waiting. Most of you are waiting for. Before that, let me lock this icon. I will come back to that one, but let me lock it first of all. Make this a little bit smaller. Now, I will import my image. Okay, for my downloads, my image will be right here. Let me go to my recent. I think I'll see it here. Here's the image. Now, let me crop this. I don't want it to take the full design space. Now, this is the image. This is a fine girl. So I'll bring this thing, take it somewhere. Take it, make it a little bit much bigger. I need it to be very, very big. And I did not before I start doing this, let me just attach my grid so that I won't be putting some write-ups in some areas. So I'll attach my grid. I'll click on this icon here. If you didn't see it, this is the icon. Click it, then click here, click this vertical one, take this icon upward. I'm aligning the grid to areas that my write-up won't reach. There are some areas my write-up ought not to get to. So these are just the areas. The second area, this one is here. I think I don't need this, so I will delete this. Same with this, same with, I think it's okay. Now my grid are set. Now I'll align the image. Align the image somewhere. I think I should increase it a little bit. For the purpose of this video, I won't spend my time on many things. I just want to give you the idea of how it's made and everything. So this is it. This is it. This is amazing and this is nice. So let me take this my fly to the top so I can track our progress. Now I know many of you will be wondering, this image is not that sharp. Yes, it's not that sharp here because we have not edited the picture. We'll be doing a little bit of editing here. Right, the main editing, we'll be doing it in another app, which I will disclose to you later. But for now, let me just add a little bit of saturation, brightness a little bit. Lastly, my contrast. Just give it contrast, a little bit of contrast, and I think this is good to go. No need to touch the hue. She's human. If you want to play the hue, just a little bit, not that much. I think this is good to go. Now, before anything else, I will duplicate this girl. Now let me hide this layer. Now I will duplicate this girl we'll duplicate her, copy, click on her, paste copy, should become 2. Now I'll go to my color, enable color. Now from here I'll click on add, then come to my eyedropper tool, then sample the color that is here. You can see the color that is here, so I'll sample it. Now this is how I created the effect. So I'll take it, position this somewhere here, then take this stuff backward to the down of the layer of the girl. So this is how I created the effect, and I think this color is okay, or I should make it thicker a little bit. This is perfect. Now I can adjust it, come to my position because at the back, I don't want to disturb the other one. Just come, then adjust the girl to whatever position that suits it. Maybe on this one, so I can track it. Now this is perfect, this is nice. Let me reduce it a little bit. Now this is okay. Now the next icon, the next stuff we're going to do here, you can see the flyer. We are not going to add any right up until we put everything in place. If you can see properly, there are a lot of things that are not in place right here. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to add this haze. What I mean by haze, or this white stuff at the down. If you can look closely, that down is a little bit like it's white, so we are going to add it. Before we add it, let's add our flowers so that the thing will be nice. So let's go to our downloads, gallery, my gallery, go to my downloads. I'm gonna look for the flower. A lot of flower for this design. I just focus majorly on flowers, so I think I use this flower for the design. I use this inside. I made it smaller a little bit, took it downward. So this way you should pay attention to. Try spending time here. I think I push a flower like that. Let me look closely. Yes, I did something like that. Let me increase it a little bit. Now I think this is okay. This is okay for this video, and this is okay. This is perfect. This is perfect. Let me take it this way a little bit. Let me just my position to adjust it, and this is perfect. Now what will I do? I'll take this flower to the back. The flower is at the back of the girl, so I'll take it downward, and this is perfect. And the other flowers are attached to the image. There's one at the top, there are other 2, so let me attach them. I use this one. Yes, I use this. I use this. Attached it somewhere here, but I will delete this one. I won't delete them, just off the layer. I'll use this one later, but not now. Let me attach the second to the last flower. There's one at the top. Probably this one. Yes, I think. Let me look at my crop. Let me crop it. Let me just rotate it. That's my purpose of going to my crop. It's not still perfect. Let me rotate it again. Let me flip it here. Now this is okay. Now I can adjust this thing to the edge here, make it bigger a little bit, and adjust it, make it something like this. I think this is okay. What I did, I came to my eraser, then erased the stuff that is not necessary. You see, there are some stuff that are showing that we don't need, so that's what I did. I used my eraser to erase them. Let me make the brush stroke bigger. I don't need this down part, I don't need them in my design. So let me zoom here. I think this is where I stopped. So I'll on it again, then take my brush, then carefully work on here, and this is perfect. Now this is nice, this is okay. You can see it's becoming beautiful. Now I think no, this is perfect, this is okay, this flower is okay. Now what is the next thing to add? There's just one flower remaining, the flower at the bottom part. Ouch. Let me lock that layer. Lock this, make sure you lock your layers so that you won't be causing trouble like I did now. And there's one flower at the bottom part here. Let me add the flower. Hope you guys will take note of this stuff. I'll be giving you the resources. I'm giving the resources for you to see them. And this is the flower. This flower is really big, very large flower, about 34 MB flower. Nevertheless, I'll use it. Now took this one downward, took this one somewhere here, and position it appropriately to where is best. Let me increase it a little bit. In positioning items, there are a lot of time you need to put in here, but this is the video, so what am I now? This is perfect, this is okay. There's only one flower that's remaining, just that one. I won't be putting that one right now until I put the right up, but I think let me just add it so that I won't be going back to any flower again. It's just this flower, but there's something I want you guys to know. You see these flowers, some of them they might not be at the right color here because I've not worked on them. We need to work on our flyer. So this one, I think this is how I position it. I rotated it a little bit, so I'm trying to be fast so that this video won't take that much. Now this color, although it's yellow, but my design are majorly amber in color. I don't need yellow because it's not what I planned for. So I will turn this flower to amber. How will I do that? I will click on my flower. I'll come to my hue and my color filters, come to my hue and saturation, then change the color to amber. That's what I did there. I don't need yellow. I know what I need. I know the color harmony. So mastering colors is one of your journey as a designer. So go and master it. Now I've made that, and let me go to my eraser. Now this thing flipped, but I know the part I'm going to erase. Let me take this thing, let me increase this part. In this stuff, this part is the lower part, so I'll be erasing these parts. I don't need these parts, I don't need them. Yeah, this is okay. Now let me take this thing downward. I think it's below this. Yeah, this perfect. Now let me lock my layer so that I won't mistakenly move it. Lock my layer. Now this thing is almost perfect. Now you can see this flower here, this flower at the top, that one. I made a little adjustment to it, so let me just do it now. Then I made it a little bit more of pink than it is. No, the original color is about like red, something like that. So I made it a little bit pink, and I added a little of contrast, and we did the hue. Yeah, this is nice, this is perfect. Now next thing I did here, there are a lot of things I did. So let's start from somewhere. Let's start from adding our text. It's a good day. It's a good day. Now to save us stress, let's add our text. It's a good day. It's, I capitalized it. Everything is, it's a. So I capitalized everything. It's, now First of all, let me set the font. I'm not setting the color yet. I'm setting the font so that because it's the same font, it's the font are uniform. So I'll go to my text, go to my font, go to my, I think I use Montserrat, M-O-N-T, Montserrat Italics. I use this. So it's bigger. No, not this. I use this one. So let me just confirm. And that one is bold. And the one is a little bit bold than this. Montserrat. Montserrat, where are you? Where are you, Montserrat? This is the Montserrat I used. Now this is it. Now what am I doing here? I'm trying to align it to my grid. I just take it to the edge of my grid. It's not going beyond my grid. So that's what I said. So it's not going beyond my grid. That's the purpose of my grid. It's not going beyond it. It's just going to lie at the edge of it. So let me reduce the size a little bit. It's a little bit too big. I think this is nice. Now I will duplicate the text, take it downward, then new, see new. I made this one a little bit bigger than the original text because it's alone. Trying to make it different. And lastly, the last text, day, all in cap. So I made it a little bit smaller too. Now let me take it in downward. Now I make this in smaller so I can see my design. Now if you look at something here, this text is cut, like some things are missing. Let me go to my padding, let me expose them. Now it's okay. Now let me go to my padding, let me expose the text. Now I can increase the position. I'm just trying to align everything so that it can be close to perfect, not even perfect. I'm not looking for perfect. Really let it be close a little bit. And this is nice. It's okay. I will take this thing upward a little bit. Go up I go. Does the boy go up? Okay. Now before getting the colors right, let's just get the fonts and everything right. So there's one last stuff to win. It's a new day to win. I think this I did not set it to cap. One major reason why I didn't set it to cap, from experience, if I set it into cap, that font I'm using at the down, which is not bold, the font is a script font, and I'll show you what I mean. If I use cap keys for script, it will look like I'm mad. So I just avoid the script. It is the same font. It's not the same font too, but if I can't find the font, because there's no way I can remember the name of the font again. Let me just look for it. Yes, this is the font. Thank God this is in my recent. There's no way I will remember the font before. So to win, let's align this thing, align the object, take it upward a little bit. Oh, this is perfect. Now I'm trying to get on my cool side before the colors. It's good like that, but let me just add one last thing. The rectangle, sorry, not the text. I need the shape, a rectangular shape. Now I'll take this thing, Now this thing will be tiny, so it's better for me to leave the control for using all this icon to control them, because it will be very, very tiny. Now this is okay. I'm not taking anything outside my grid. Now I'll come to my width and I'll disable the enable maintain ratio here. Disable it. Then my width, I'll reduce my width. I think I'll reduce it to just fit only the hits, something like that. Then my height is still too big, I think. So I'll reduce it a little bit. It's still too big. Now the ratio is already 1, so you just want me to do it manually. I'll just come here, reduce it. It's okay. Tap it to go back. Zoom it a little bit. Now this is nice. So one last thing, everybody want to put stuff. Let me take this new poet. One last thing, the quote I share is a need to smell and resume your seat of creativity, inspiration, which is true. So I add our DOM test is a new day. It's a new day, smile and resume. Your seat of creativity. Now I've tapped it. Now let's make our text small. Yeah, this is okay. Now the text is somewhere here. Now this my flower is doing what I did not send him, so I will take it backward. It stop my design. Yeah, this is okay for the flower. I think this one is upward. This is my flower. Let me take it a little bit above this other flower, and this is nice. Now I'll make this thing italic. First of all, it's not even the font. Let me make it. All my font are mod 7. I use the uniform font mod, and this a trick I learned from experience, journey of experience. So I went to line spacing, reduce the line spacing. Now this is perfect.
Now that will be all for today's tutorial. In our next video, we'll be adding the right colors and show you how we edited the photo to make it look like oil painting, make it that beautiful, that nice. So stay tuned, don't be discouraged. Take note, consistency and greatness takes time, take time for you to master. So don't expect to do everything in a day. So that will be all. Take care, have a nice day.